acronym RAIN is an easy to remember tool for practicing mindfulness and compassion while we use these 4 steps. Recognize what is going on. Allow the experience to be there just as it is. Investigate with interest and care. Nurture with self-compassion. You can take your time and explore RAIN as a standalone meditation, or move through the steps whenever you're facing a challenging set of feelings and experiences. Let's take a moment and get physically comfortable. Find a place, either lying down or sitting up. Close your eyes if that's comfortable, or you have the option to soften your gaze. And before we start this practice of RAIN, let's take some time to connect with your breath. Let's take a moment and notice the rise and fall of your chest, the in and out of your belly. And let's take a moment just to ask your body to settle in and soften. And for a few moments, we're just going to watch your breath, watching the inhale and noticing the exhale. Feeling the sensation of air coming into your body. Watching and waiting for the little pause as your breath changes to an out breath. Watching for your breath, noting any thoughts that take you away from this experience. And you're just going to compassionately ask your thoughts to come back to now. Knowing that thought movement is a normal part of any meditation practice. Losing track and coming back to the experience. Now let's take a second and think about a life situation that there's a pattern that it causes an emotional reaction for you. A situation in life that creates a reaction, but not something that's going to be trauma triggering. And we're going to use this situation as an opportunity to practice the RAIN meditation. And before we start, I want you to just really connect with what that situation could be. And I want you to take a moment and just recognize what's going on when you think about that situation. Consciously acknowledge that in this given moment, or in the moment that this happens, that there are thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that are affecting you. Just recognizing this is kind of like awakening from a dream. The first step out of unconscious reactions is to simply recognize that this is happening and that we're stuck, that we're experiencing painful emotions, physical sensations, and that a belief system is operating here. Maybe it's a critical inner voice, a feeling of shame or fear, the squeeze of anxiety, or the weight of a depression in your body. Recognizing can be a simple whisper, and just noticing that this is coming up, that emotions are coming, physical sensations are here, thoughts are racing. And instead of pushing those things away, the desire to not want to feel pain is going to come. Instead of that, we're going to allow. Allow the experience to be there. Allowing means just letting your thoughts, emotions, feelings, and sensations be there. Simply recognize that they're there. Not trying to fix it or avoid it. If laying a hand on your heart can be comforting at this time, you can do that. If you notice that you're caught up in self-judgment, just let that go. We're just going to allow the feelings and sensations to be there. Scanning your body and noting where these sensations might be taking up space. Is it in your chest or your belly, your shoulders? And just noting where you might feel it the most. And we're just going to breathe into that space, allowing for the emotions to be there and sensations to be there. Deepening the allowing by mentally making a trace on your body where that sensation is. Noting if it has a color, a frequency, a weight, even really just investigating and allowing a deepening understanding of what's happening right now. As you allow and investigate, maybe you note if this sensation is sitting in your body and how deep does it go in. And you can investigate with interest and care. Now that you've recognized and allowed this sensation to be there, where it's arising, you can investigate with compassion and curiosity, or with a natural curiosity, just to know the truth of it and why it's there, and that you're having this experience with this situation. Maybe that this experience is here because it's asking for an investigation of how you experience things in your body, or what belief system comes along with this experience. Is it asking for a need to be met? Or maybe it's here to point a direction for your next steps. Your next steps of intention for growth. And we're investigating this with a non-judgmental, kind capacity. We're creating a sense of safety and security. making it possible to be honest and connect with what hurts, what might be causing fear or shame. And now we're going to tap into the power of nurturing and using self-compassion for the fact that you're having this experience. Moving away from judgment to criticism for the fact that you have this responding pattern. Hands on our hearts saying, of course, dear, of course, darling, you're having this reaction. We're going to nurture that part of you that was wounded or frightened or hurting, a place inside you that needs this compassion the most. Is there a place of forgiveness for yourself? Or is this hurt asking for a companionship of compassion, for love and kindness? Can you open your heart to the fact that these experiences have happened and are happening? Can you say that you're sorry and that you love yourself? And that your body is listening? That you can trust in your goodness and in your intuition that this pain, that this situation is here offering guidance. That these reactions are happening because on the other side of pain is almost always something that's important to you. That this experience is shining light on things that are important to you. And just breathe. Watching your breath. Watching the in-breath pause to an out-breath. And when you're ready, let's bring some gentle movement back into your fingers and your toes. And gently flicker open your eyes.